The way that LOVEBITES picked their new bassist by basically having an open audition for anyone to apply, I think is one of the most interesting things that came up in the last year of Japanese music, and lo and behold, they've dropped a video, a 6-minute video, apparently showing behind the scenes how they went about that process. So, I'm here for a change to respond directly to a video. Let's get into it and start unpacking. Hi there and welcome back to Japan, where for a little bit of a change I'm just going to be basically going through this video, picking up on various things and just giving my responses to what the process is. I'm really interested to see how they cover this. Now, the very first frame, it says applicants from all over the world applied regardless of age, gender, nationality, or if they're a professional or amateur. Now, that was the big thing that really sold me on what they were doing here, is the fact that this was going to be completely open. I was kind of expecting like Davey 504 or something to be applying for this, but this is a really interesting process and I was curious to see how they would narrow it down. So this is what I'm hoping we'll see a little bit more of in this video. So yeah, she's saying that she really wanted to meet lots of different people, and I can totally get that, but at the same time, I mean, obviously we know who they eventually took on, but I can't help but feel that there's this thing where I was really curious from the minute they suggested this. Would they be open to having someone who you just totally did not expect? Just some random total guy like, some 70-year-old fella who plays blues but just happens to nail all their songs, from southern, name an American state, Howard, Dakota. Something like that. I was kind of interested, how open would they be beyond just the first screening? But this is the first screening. Let's see how this goes. Okay. 3 Japanese women. Oh! We got... Okay, so we have a guy, a Japanese guy. I'm assuming he's Japanese. Looks Japanese to me. Another Japanese woman. So that's 4 Japanese women so far. A Japanese guy. And then this dude. Who is this guy? I mean, I know he's not going to win, but I want him to win now. He looks so, like, totally out of place. Do you know what? I actually feel really bad that I did not actually apply for this myself. To be honest, my bass guitar's in storage. I wish it wasn't. But if my bass guitar had been with me, then I would have totally applied for this. But, yeah, I think anyone who was not of the expected pool of people who applied for this, I think that was just awesome. So, credit to this kid. Sorry, those noises are my mouse, my shitty USB mouse. Oh, we're into the second screening already. So I don't know what the first screening was. That went by quickly. All right, second screening. Okay, so I'm not really sure how they went through the first screening. I mean, usually when it comes to a lot of these things, these bigger audition processes, you're usually looking at things like idol groups, and often the first process will just literally be someone sifting through the written applications. And if you like, just the agents, the record company looking through to say, these are the sort of people who we are happy for you to consider employing, and these are the sort of people who we don't want to have on our record label at all, because they'll have certain remits that they want to fit. But this has jumped all the way to in-person interviews. So, I mean, they really must have narrowed it down a lot. I don't know how long these interviews went on for, but wow. So, yeah, the first layer of screening. But then again, I also wonder how many applications they've got. They haven't given a number yet, but there must have been a lot. To be honest, I wonder if the number was kept down by just the sheer number of people who thought this is not worth me even applying for this. But we aren't going to enter LOVEBITES. But credit again to that one kid.
15歳ですまだ。
15歳って高校
15 years old.
1年生。
自分もラブバイツの中に入って一緒に成長。
Also love that you got like at this phase. I mean, this is the second layer of screening, and they're getting to play along with the band. I mean, because even if you don't get it, that is such an experience. I mean, this 15-year-old girl, she's snuck out of school to do this or something, and there she is performing with LOVEBITES. Even if she doesn't go on, well, we know she doesn't go on to get the job. That's a really cool thing to be able to say you did.
力強いプレーが得意なので。
Yeah, see, she looks the part.
で、それでは自分で作詞作曲とかもしてますし。
Okay, so this one, she's currently active as a solo artist, and I'm writing lyrics and composing myself. I always think if you're going to go for an interview with a band, it's always good to sort of say a little bit about your solo stuff, but I wouldn't lead with that too heavy. I mean, obviously this interview is edited down, don't know where it is, but I always say try and add a certain degree of humility. If you're too much about, yeah, I write my own songs, I do my own thing, you know, sometimes it doesn't exactly play well into the I want to be part of your band dynamic. So I think it's always good if you're applying for a band, mention that you write songs. Mention it, put it out there, but don't put it too much front and center. You know, always kind of like just talk more about what you can do for the band, and then just pepper in the fact, oh yeah, got a bunch of other skills. Yeah, humility, it helps, because you know, bands especially, I mean, I don't know the case in Love Bites, but with a lot of bands, if they're looking for a new member, it might mean that something split them up. And I tell you, 9 times out of 10, bands split up because of the fact that someone just doesn't gel with what their role is. So don't go to a band interview talking about all the roles that you can fill in, because they're probably like, don't do too much, just play the bass. It's a pro tip. Do you know, if it wasn't, I like this guy just looks so like, yep, I'm here, cool. If it wasn't for the fact that I really hate those things where people shave the sides of their head and then have the floppy haircut, I hate that. I'm so old. Other than that, this guy's got my blessing. I just love it if this random guy just turned up. He's like, yep, he's in Love Bites now. That whole, hey! So he was just saying, I think music transcends that kind of thing. That's kind of like, yeah, you get a lot of that kind of talk. But here's our guy. How old are you? He's like 12? Dude, I wish they'd just done that. Can you imagine that? It's like, Love Bites, you know, the hard rocking ladies of Love Bites turn up. It's like, we're announcing our new bassist. It's Brian. Brian's 12. You know, he'll have to cut the tour short to finish his GCSE exams. Now, right, Brian? Yeah, I'm joining Love Bites. Anyway, I'm ripping on this poor kid.
Okay, well...
He's got more balls than I have. I can't, but I am so impressed that he's on the second layer of screening as well. I am so impressed by this kid already.
First off, this is my dream. This is my everything to me. Music is my life.
This is my dream. This is everything to me. Music is my life. I'm kind of glad that English isn't their first language, because he did just manage to reel off some cliches. I don't care. He could do anything at this point. Legend for getting this far. Brian. That's what are we calling him, Brian? Brian. You legend, Brian.
Since an early age, this is what I wanted to do.
Oh, he's English!
Incredibly hard to do it.
Do you know, I was saying about, like, does he get to play with them, like, online? Oh, no, I'm not showing that. I was saying about how it'd just be so cool to be the person who got to do that second live screen and just playing along with them. But that kid, well, this the fact that he got to that point where he had that video call again. That's something. Can you imagine being able to say that? Yep, I did a video call interview. I was considered as the new bassist for Love Bites. No one's going to go, oh, you didn't get picked. They'll be like, whoa, the finals. Please tell me they flew Brian out. Please tell me Brian's going to turn up.
活動するとしたらチームとして5人で全員で
Interesting. She's kind of
関係を望んでいたので
she's turned up again. They focus a lot on her in this video. Again, she just looks the part, and she's saying the right things as well. She's talking about how, you know, wanting to be a band to be like a relationship where everyone works together. So I mean, she must have been like their second pick or something. Work hard as a team. Yeah, this is the sort of thing that's important. You know, you don't want to come across as like kissing ass, but if you're joining a band, you talk about teamwork. You know, that's what a band wants, especially a band who's lost a member. They just get teamwork. They want smooth, normal process. They don't want to be blown away. I mean, yeah, being blown away is great, but they just want to sort of have you in the room and just feel good when you're in the room. Feel good playing with you. Just feel like you're a friend. That's really what you're trying to do. You're trying to make friends when you do this kind of thing. And it's interesting because, like, you know, I'm as someone who I play music, yeah, but I lean more towards the songwriting than the musicianship side myself. maybe I'm going to just be being a downer on musicians, but I think musicians are way too keen on sort of like turning up and like trying to blow you away with their skills. Again, just make friends. That's how you get into a band.
ピックだからね結構ね音立つしね。
Yeah, I think she said about she plays with a pick. That's such a punk rock style.
ちょっとしてくれてたのかなちょっと。
That I never really thought about that so much with Love Bites, but then again though, I mean, is she solely playing with a pick? Because that can be rather limiting. You need the ability to go between them, but playing with a pick is really cool for getting that nice rumbling sound. Especially when you've got a band like Love Bites, who they have a lot of that double kick right down at the bottom. But one of the things that's so good is the way that their songs are mixed, so it never sounds muddy. Having a bass that isn't just sort of like booming, but also has that kind of like high-end sound, that range of sound that you get from playing with a pick. For the things you lose, it does give you a lot of high-end clarity as well. Yeah, I can imagine someone playing with a pick would be really cool for a band like Love Bites, but you need to have that diversity to be able to play in the heavier bits as well, drop the pick when you need to.
かっこいいバンドのベーシストとして
I'm really bad at names. She's got the mask on. She's the one they picked, right? God, so many Love Bites fans are gonna be complaining. She looks like the one they picked. Doing them, and her hair was dyed when she started, so I'm pretty sure that is her. I'm trying to look. Why am I looking around this? It's a 2D screen, Howard. You can't look around her mask on a 2D video recording. Again, she's saying those sort of nice right things. She's saying, yeah, I just want to be in a cool band, and just sort of like nice. And she's got that humble vibe to her. I like the way she's coming across, and I can totally see how, again, sort of person you walk into a room and everyone feels like you're a friend. That's great. Was it like do it with my hair? Bang, 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 bang. Wait, what? That's interesting. So she's saying that she'd never done tripleted rhythm before, and like Golden Destination was apparently a first chance at that. By the way, I got slagged off by someone by using that expression, talk about tripleted rhythms. There you go, I told you, tripleted rhythms. Although she did use the Japanese wording, but she basically said it. That's the way Google translated it as well. So hey, tripleted rhythms, it's a thing. I'm right.
すごいハマってたよね。
そうだね。
いいグルーヴが。
Yeah, again, I like the fact that they're talking a lot about technique, and that is interesting. Because so she was saying that she had a YouTube channel before, but she was on hiatus and then applied for this. I think it is interesting to have that different approach. And also, if you're used to doing YouTube, then you'll be used to at least probably accepting challenges or having to do things a little bit differently, being presumably adaptable. So I imagine that she rose to the challenge well. I mean, they don't seem to actually be playing the audition, so we can't hear exactly what she played. But it seems that, I mean, she was talking about doing a tripleted rhythm as an example, and she seemed to be really happy and smiling about that. So, yeah, it looks to me like there's an air of just positivity about the whole thing. She's accepted the challenge, come in humble. That's nice. That's nice. Where's Brian? It fit perfectly.
本当に思ったわ。
Yeah, so I mean, you feel happy. You have to feel happy with someone's personality, but you also have to feel happy with the music, obviously as well. It's
こう自分にとっていい経験になったというか、こう
today was a
普
good
段なかなかも
experience.
うもちろんできないことをやらせていただけたので、どんな結果になってもこう
Wait a
後悔
second,
の
is her
ない
hair less dyed now than it was before? It's I feel like her hair dye has changed. She's wearing the same clothes. Is this me? It's probably just me. Get back to the video, Howard.
か
There you go. Rock out. Rock out. That's how you win an audition. No, that's her voice. Oh.
彼女がスタジオに入るだけで何かこう空気
By
が
her entering the studio,
なん
the air.
かそういう存在を
The
私は
air
すご
what?
く
the air seemed
感じた
to
ので、
brighten.
まあ本当これこそもうなんかもうちょ
Yeah,
っと
there you go.
だと思うんですけど、
It's almost like a
きっとなんか
intuition. Oh, okay, yeah. So I know there's kind of like this pseudo-y thing. I mean, but this is probably recorded after they made the decision where it's like, yes, we're happy, we're happy. Yes, always in retrospect, I just felt an air that when she walked in, I knew she was the one. Okay, there might be a little bit hamming it up there, but I think that, again, plays to a degree of truth. You can kind of... I mean, you're never going to know until they play. And like they say, she clearly took on the challenge of doing some stuff that she wasn't used to doing. They said that before, when they were talking in the studio, that she really fit with just the way that they were playing, fit with their musicianship. But also, there is, again, that air. You just walk in and... Because you're not just playing music with these people. You have to basically live like a family. You have to go everywhere together. You have to be spending more time with them than you probably do with your actual family. That's a hard thing to like audition for and to pick.
ラブバイツに寄せつつも出していけるようになったらいいなっていうふうに考えてました。
Yeah, her whole vibe. Oh, that's the photograph that we've all seen. Sorry, Sammy, let you open your eyes again. There you go. I think that like her whole vibe again just comes across so humble and so nice. She came across well from the first thing. I didn't see much, but the first things I saw of her, and even this photo, she just kind of looks. You know, the rest kind of have their like dramatic pose. They know how to do it. She just looks kind of happy to be there, and I like that. I mean, ever since I first saw this particular photo, I just remember thinking she just looks like the right pick. Someone who's happy to be there, but obviously has passed all the various tests as well. And that's just awesome. So I think this process was really good. I mean, justice for Brian. Brian is the true bassist and has been woefully undercut. But as a second best, they did get someone very good. No, this is fantastic. I'm really glad to see it. I think that's kind of the end of the video. We've got like 10 seconds. There you go. That's the photograph we were talking about. Yeah, so for me, this is nice because, you know, LOVEBITES is such a big, dramatic band. Seeing them do something this grassroots, and it's not just for show. You know, it's not just a gimmick. This is something that affects their future as a band. This could affect forever with them. They, you know, if they're doing this band in 30 years' time, this could be a member who's with them for 30 years' time. This could be a lifelong friend that they've had to pick in this manner. A colleague and a friend is such a difficult thing to do. So I have enormous respect for the fact they did it in this way rather than just going through some agency. I'm sure agencies had their hand in to a certain degree putting people forwards. But yeah, I think this was fantastic. I think we need to see more of this kind of thing in the music industry. And it was really nice. I like that they published it as well. There you go. I'm going to move into the middle. I think it was nice that they published it, made it available for us all to see. And I really enjoyed that. So massive credit and thank you to the people of LOVEBITES for making that visible for us all to see. Hashtag justice for Brian. I bet his name's not Brian. And a big thank you to you guys for checking us out. Love to know what your comments are, what you thought, what you think about the whole application process for getting into bands. And I look forward to hearing it from you. But until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these. For now. It's not... My hand's not working. Ciao, ciao.